Welcome to my channel Code Dictator. Today we are going to learn first Java program, Java data types, operators, Java variables, and then we are going to solve some assignment in a chat box. So let's start with your first program in a Java. So Java program always start with your package. So package is basically it is encapsulating a group of classes or sub package or the interfaces inside one folder. Okay, it is just encapsulating it. Then you need to write public, that is what your access modifier. It means that particular class is accessible throughout your project. It means it is visible throughout your project. Then class keyword, the class keyword is mandatory if you are declaring a class. Then your class name, it is following some naming convention that we are going to learn. And your class is always start with the open curly parenthesis and closing parenthesis. It means the scope of all methods and variable that is lies between that particular curly brackets. So public is the same thing like access modifier. That access modifier we can apply with class or method or any instance variable. Okay, global variables. Static is a keyword. It means to access any particular method which is static method, so no need to create any object of that class. Without using any dot operator we can access that particular static method, and it is helping us to save our memory because it is sharing a same memory location throughout that life of that particular static variable or method. Void is a return type of your main method. So your main method never returns anything, that's why we are giving it as a void. Main is a entry point, or we can call it as a starting point of your program. Always main method is taking string argument in an array format, that is your command line arguments. And right now in this example we are going to write or take an example of simply printing a hello world message on our standard output screen with the help of system out println statement. So system is what? It is a class, out is a print stream object, and println is a method of that class in the system class, and println is not returning anything. That method return type is a void. It is just simply printing on a console, printing the statement. So let's take an example practically. So this is what my IDE, where I am going to create a new project, and then we are going to write our first program. So whenever I want to create any project, so we can simply click on create new project. If you don't have this option, so simply click on file, new, and here you will get option Java project. Okay, so Java project you can give the project name. So I am giving it Code Dictator Learning. In my system I have different type of Java versions like Java 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. So the latest one is a 14 when I recorded this video. So right now I am working with Java 1.8. okay, and simply click on finish. It will create one project for you. So in that project let's see what the other things are. So this is what your JRE. So I told you in the last session we learned about JDK, JRE and JVM. So the JRE is containing all your supporting libraries and jars. So that is physically present in your system. So this is what a JRE system library is. And the source package. So source folder is containing all your code inside that. So first of all we are going to create a package. So simply click on new, right click on your source, click new, and here you will get an option package. So write it down the package name, that is what com dot code dictator dot learning, and then simply hit on your finish button. So the empty package is created. So now I want to create a class. So simply right click on your package, new, and you can click on that class option. So if you see here, this is what my project name and the source package. This is what my package name, you can change if you want, and this is here you can give your class name, that is what hello world. And you already inheriting all the property from your object class. Okay, so each class is a child class of your object class. And then if you don't want to write any your own public void method, so you can just simply check this box, so it will automatically create a main method for you. But I am not doing anything right now. Keep everything as a default and just simply hit finish button. So here is my first code. Okay, this is what my access modifier, this is what my class keyword to create my class or declare my class, and this is my class name. So inside this curly bracket we are going to write our first program. So write it down. Public is your access modifier, static is a keyword to define your main method, void is a return type of your main method, and main is a entry point or signature of your calling method. And then we need to write string type of array to take and command line arguments, and simply open and closing parenthesis of your method. Okay, and then you can write system dot out dot print ln, and inside that you can write any message whatever you want, hello world. And in the Java it is mandatory to write semicolon, otherwise it will give an error, semicolon missing. So save your program, and if I want to run this program I can go here, run, and simply click on run button. So here is my first output, hello world. So the extra part is what, many time interviewer they will ask like, can we write n number of classes in a same file? So answer is yes, we can write n number of files, n number of classes in a single file. Class A, class B, class C. But the condition is what, we can't declare other classes as a public, otherwise it will give an compile time error. So error is the public type A method must be defined in its own file. Okay, so if I am making that class as a public, so it will give an compile time error. So this is what the only condition. If I am not giving it as a public, so it will work perfectly fine. So this is the default scope of my class. So if you run your program, it will run. So in the next section we are going to learn about data types.